Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel with Live One Essence. And today on our YouTube video, I wanted to talk about values and just go over a couple of the key values that I personally are top tier in my life. And you can apply these to your life, your twin flame union, your life purpose, your workplace, basically all aspects of your life. Okay. And so I will talk about the two top values today. And in the next video, I will continue talking about the rest. There's 8 key pillars of harmonious twin flame union. And so I'll talk about 2 today and then the rest in the other video. Okay. So the first value that I wanted to talk about is honesty. So honesty, what that essentially means, and we'll dive a bit deeper into it, is like, I would like to ask you the question, why would you ever build anything on sand unless you expect for it to crumble? So just take a moment to reflect on that, right? Whenever we're about to, let's say, sign a new job, enter a new relationship, with our twin flame, in a friendship or anything, the base foundation has to be strong, right? And so if the base foundation is not strong, it will crumble. So that's where you really want to take a look at your foundation and be like, am I building this on a solid bedrock foundation, or am I building it on sand, which is going to crumble? And that's why we see a lot of marriages, divorce rates, high divorce rates, marriages that are failing, because when people were entering relationships, they never spoke about their values. So if you are not aligned in your values, eventually, you separate and you split up. So going back to honesty, right? So a strong foundation is built on trust, honesty, and a shared awareness. So what that means is, think about it like this. Let's say you have discovered something in your life, at work, in your relationship, right? And so now you have come to this awareness, and when you are able to tell your twin flame about it, or consciously, because you're one consciousness, there will be shared awareness and it will manifest for both twin flames. And so you really can choose right now in your heart to value honesty as a pillar and a key foundation, because your twin flame is making that same core choice as your one consciousness. Okay. So you can approach relationships and your life like friendship, right? If you're going to hire a new employee or sign off on a new job, get into a relationship with your twin flame, or even a coach or anything, you can really start off by thinking like, there has to be a foundation of friendship, because that's always going to be the fallback, right? So so that's one of the key and highest pillars of a strong foundation. Dishonesty is weak. It prevents us from clearly and honestly expressing our true feelings and our true emotions. And if we can't be our true self, we are not going to be aligned with true love. So twin flames are true love, right? And if you want honesty, transparency, and true love from your twin flame, you yourself have to be your true self, because you can't come to somebody or go to your twin flame and be half yourself and be hiding the other half of yourself and expect them to be this perfect person. Well, that's just not how it works. So you'll only attract what you are. Okay, so moving on to the second value that I wanted to go over is respect. So, respect is when you honor the choices of your twin flame, yourself, and others. That's what respect means. Respect means you internally respect their choice. You don't have to agree with it. It's like the same thing as if you love someone, doesn't mean that you have to agree to everything that they're saying and doing. You can have disagreements, it's okay. But ultimately, you have to like respect the person's choice, right? So when you respect them, that's like a key pillar of love that, you know what? I don't really understand why you're doing this. I would never do this. I don't think it's a good idea, but hey, I respect you enough that I respect the choice that you're making. And sometimes, for example, somebody could leave a really, really good job that they had at an organization, and maybe they weren't ready to be in that organization because that organization is was always there, like, you know, a place that they wanted to be in. And so because we create our reality, let's say they get into the organization, but then somewhere along the way, something maybe can happen. They could get triggered, they could get upset, they could not know how to have boundaries, or something else in their life could trigger them to make a decision which is kind of out of alignment of the core choice, which is the core choice was to work in a specific organization. And so they could maybe just quit randomly, and let's say you're their friend. And maybe like you won't understand like why they're doing this because they've never told you why they did this. And so you can just respect their choice, um because maybe they're going through something, right? And maybe they don't feel comfortable to share it, or they haven't told anybody. We don't know what that person's going through. Even in our family, we don't need to press that person, because that's like a form of control. You're really not loving that person in their full self, because you're controlling them or you're controlling their choices. So that is a part of honoring and respecting a person's choice that they've made due to whatever reason, right? So if your twin flame is, you know, choosing separation to be away from you, that's what the experience you're having. Just respect that choice, that, hey, you know what, like, they're choosing something that isn't aligned, and I don't know why they're doing this, but I'm going to respect their choice, because really it's God moving through all of the circumstances to heal everything. And so when we're respecting God in our life experience, we're respecting God in our twin flame. So the God in our twin flame maybe has to go do something uh, to heal some debris, or, you know, something in the consciousness, so they can come back as their true self, because that's the lesson that they had to learn. And we cannot prevent somebody from learning the lesson that they have to learn. And so, yeah, like, on your side, if you're experiencing like painful separation from your twin flame, you can't avoid this experience. You can't bargain with life to change your experience. You can't delude or manipulate yourself about that experience. You just have to be honest that this is a horrible experience, and I don't like it, and I'm experiencing terrible separation and I'm suffering. And so from that place, being honest about your experience and respecting your experience, you can then begin to change that experience from that place, right? And so then you'll really come into your power to change your reality, because you're being honest with yourself that I don't like this, and this is painful, and I'm suffering. So when you can be honest and transparent with yourself about that, then you open up possibilities to change your reality and your manifest your twin flame union in harmonious union. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you received a lot of healing from this video, and next week we will talk about 2 of the other values. Thank you.